What's going on YouTube? Today we have a really cool video in store. I'm going to take this Spyderco Stretch that has a super ugly blade. Someone tried to regrind it to thin it out. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to put a nice hand-rubbed satin finish on it. So stay tuned. This might be a little bit of a long one. It might be stretched out over a couple days. Get it? Stretch. Anyhow, see you guys in the video. Alright. So the first step here is I'm actually going to dull the edge just to make sure that I don't accidentally cut myself at all. And the way that we're going to do that, just going to take the medium sharp maker rod and just drag the edge over it 2 or 3 times. Just to make sure that we're nice and dull, not going to cut ourselves on it on accident. Still feels a little bit sharp back by the heel a bit. Alright, we're nice and dull here. I have a nice flat piece of wood here, this stake. And what that's actually doing for me is going to enable me to keep this blade flat on the board, and that minimizes the chances of me accidentally stabbing myself. We got a clamp here, little C-clamp. What we're going to do is we're going to basically just going to clamp this thing to the table. So this thing cannot go anywhere. You'll also notice I took the blade out of the handle just to make this even easier for me to do. So right here we're good to go. I'm starting with 120 grit. I already cut all of my sandpaper down to size. I'm going to put them in this nice little sanding block so I have something flat to sand with. And first step, really, what I like to do, I'm going to mark this thing all up with Sharpie. That'll let me know when I've evenly sanded everything that I need to. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, so here we are after 120 grit. You guys will probably be able to see a little bit of the satin finish that's going on here. Real nice and pretty. The previous owner, like I said, tried to thin it out with some sort of a bench grinder, so there's still some little tiny dips right there that I'll probably not be able to get out. But other than that, the finish that's on this, if we can get the camera to focus here, the finish that came up on this looks really, really good, as you guys can kind of see there. We're going to go ahead and move on to the 220 grit. Now, the 220 grit is a wet dry sandpaper. It's actually the silicon carbide. So we can actually use a little bit of water on this to help with our grinding a bit. So there we go, some water on the blade. Okay guys, we are all on to the 320 grit now. This is all wet dry sandpaper from here on out. So we're going to go ahead and continue. Mark up the blade with our Sharpie. Let it dry for a second, put a little bit of water on it, and we're good to go again. We're basically just removing the previous scratches, and then moving on to the next grit. So So here we are after 320 grit. I had plans on taking this up to 600, but I think I'm going to leave it right here at 320. I like the way that looks quite a bit. Still a relatively coarse satin finish. I have up and down lines going here. I think that's going to look a lot better when it gets put back together. But the next step as far as customization goes is patina. So we're going to patina the actual SuperBlue. Here we're going to let it soak in vinegar for about an hour. And then when I'm all done with that, I'll bring it right back to you guys. Alright YouTube, I'm finally getting a chance to record the very ending of this video. I just got a chance to sharpen this knife the other day, and so here's the finished result. So I took it to 320 grit as far as the blade finish goes. I was going to take it all the way up to a 600 grit finish, but I kind of like the way that it looked at the 320. It had a nice satin finish to it, as you guys can see here in the video. It looks really, really good. There's still some depressions in the blade a little bit from where the previous owner grinded it down a bit. I know I could probably work that out with another session or two, but really it doesn't take away that much from the blade in my opinion. After I got all done re-sanding the blade, I went ahead and re-patinaed the SuperBlue portion of the blade in vinegar. As you guys can see here, it's like a nice dark, like steely blue, like bluish gray. It looks really, really good. It came out really nice. It's really even on both sides. Just a little bit darker than the rest of the blade. Came out looking really good. And then I sharpened this thing up, like I said. That's through the full progression up to the 1600 grit ceramics on my wicked edge. It's taken to 18 degrees per side. And it came up super, super sharp. Took a absolutely sticky edge. And actually is hair whittling at this point. So anyhow, just a little bit of a DIY project I figured I'd do with this beat up SuperBlue Stretch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel to continue to see more videos just like this one. As always guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.